Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Black Yo Podcast with your hosts, Scott and Mike. We have a jam-packed episode. We're going to be talking about the fact is we're definitely getting a season 2 of Marvel Zombies, which I'm assuming would be October. I'm making an assumption there, but we don't know that for a fact because there was no date attached to it.
Yeah, they didn't announce a date or a year, so they just said season 2 was greenlit. So
Correct. And then apparently they're going to be announcing the cast of the X-Men movie. Soon,
July.
right? Well, that is soon to me because it was
I
a
mean,
specific Comic-Con, correct?
yeah, I think it was San Diego.
Yeah, no, I knew it was a
Yep,
specific Comic-Con,
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con, which we'll find out pretty much who everyone is. Which I also think will be that'll be after the Spider-Man, right?
I don't know when San Diego Comic-Con is. Well, actually, yeah, Spider-Man is July 31st, so it'll be before.
So we might get confirmation that she's Jean Grey.
Yes.
Before the movie.
I mean, they've already confirmed it. They actually came out recently and confirmed
did they?
it.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sad. I didn't know that. But yes, so that's pretty much everything that's happened. Oh no, that's a lie. We have to talk about the Punisher trailer for the final kill.
the big one.
The big one. This was. I'm not gonna lie to you. It makes it sound like his friend is dead, and I really hope that's not true.
No, I got that vibes. He's going through some severe PTSD, and I forget his name, and it's bothering me.
It's bothering me too because, and in fact, you keep talking. I'm gonna look him up.
All right, the fact he is using him as his ground. So the fact that he is
Curtis.
Yes, the fact
was
that
like
Curtis,
I couldn't think of it. It was bothering the hell out of me.
The fact that Curtis could actually be gone and that's gonna lose, he's going to snap because of it. It's like he's the one who always was able to drag him back into
reality.
Reality. Thank
you. I guess he's always technically been in reality, but I guess the idea is being the Frank that he knows. I guess is the best way to phrase it. Although you might be a killer, you can be a good guy too.
Well, I mean, even still, it's like he's the only link to his past left that hasn't either died or betrayed him. So
no, that's true. Now he's dead. Whoa, I'm assuming he's dead.
The way that they were going, it looks definitely.
I'm assuming, and I was like, that made me very sad if that be true because I do like him. But it also would make sense of why Frank's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs though, because of that. But yeah, so the idea is there's a lot of explosions, a lot of things where apparently Frank Castle is being hunted down. And I think I know the storyline in which they're going with. You'll have to wait till next week to find out. But let's just say it's a specific mobster who is not happy with him and puts a big bounty on his head.
See, I was going to say, this doesn't sound...
Millions with an M. But I think it's specifically 30 million. I don't know why that's that specific, but it is.
It just sounds good to me.
Well, no, because I do remember reading it when I was looking up a character spotlight. So I want to say that I am not that far-fetched, but I don't understand the reasoning by that specific number. That number seems too odd that there's not a reason behind it.
I mean, okay. Makes sense.
But I have my thoughts on it for later, but I don't want to give any spoilers yet.
I'm sorry that I ruined it. If you want, you can take the spotlight this week, and I'll do it next week. But
no, it's okay. No, it's okay because it doesn't matter because the Punisher's not coming out right away anyway, so I'm not worried about it.
It's not for another month. Actually, a month. Yeah.
Right, no, it's a month. So my whole thing is, I'll wait till next week. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, so this looked so good. I mean, just a little bit that we saw, it already dragged. Like you said, it dragged us in emotionally right away.
So just to kind of give you a brief understanding of what's supposed to be happening or the thought is right now, without giving too much away for you in the sense of for the characters and everything, Frank killed gangsters, specifically a family actually most mafias are family based, so that's stupid of me to say. So anyway, somebody was left alive, was not happy that their family's dead, went more crazy than Frank and decided to kill anybody who, including their remaining family members, in the event of not wanting to hunt down Frank, and anybody who didn't and anybody who failed was going to be next on the chopping block.
So I was going to say, with the way that you started it, is like, okay, classic mobster story, the villain, wanting to revenge, and then you just went like the extra step.
Oh no,
Like,
because that's what it is. Like it's a basic like Punisher-esque villain
yeah,
overall.
yeah,
However, just with the added craziness of losing everything. So it's literally Frank who has nothing and this character who has nothing going toe to toe.
yeah,
And that in and of itself is scary when both sides don't have anything to lose.
yeah, yeah. That
Which,
that that does actually make for a gory
but
gory
it
movie.
also, because I know the story, makes sense why it's a one and done thing and not a full fledged season. Because it's kind of hard to make like 9 episodes of Frank not getting killed.
I mean, yeah, I could.
Because that's the whole premise. Basically, he's being hunted down. I obviously they're going to be adding some Fisk elements to it in the sense of like how New York's going crazy in general because of it. However, overall, I just want to make that clear that it's we're going to see Frank at his worst, and we're going to be seeing somebody else at their worst as well. So I'm excited. Actually, I very much am. But yeah, there's a lot of death that's going to be in it. Is it official? There's no rating on it, right? At this time, I don't remember them saying it. I'm assuming it's going to be rated M for mature for obvious reasons. I don't think it ever gave a rating,
Oh,
and
this
not that
has
it
to
has to, but
rated. I mean, wouldn't it be rated R?
no, because it's weirdly enough it's considered a TV, so it'd be MA, mature audiences only.
Oh, okay.
That's the only.
What's
It's one of those stupid things where it's like one last kill. Oh no, it's rated R. It's considered a movie. Interesting.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad I got that.
No. I'm only stating it because I didn't think it was. I know we discussed this before filming. Like it's technically a movie, even though it's not in theaters. But like I thought it would still be considered. You have to do the ratings of a show because it's on a streaming service. But I guess even with that, it's considered a movie, so it has to be rated by the movie. Interesting.
I
I
mean,
learned something. It makes sense.
I mean, think of it as a like straight to DVD kind of thing. Like,
No,
even though it's not going to
you're
theaters,
absolutely correct. But the other thing that throws me off too is they weren't calling it a movie; they're calling it a special presentation, which also made me think that they were considering it more of a show than an actual movie. You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense.
I mean, but
Makes sense.
just the fact that they called it a special presentation to me makes it seem like it's not as long as a movie, but not as short as a
Oh
TV
no, they
show.
called it a limited series. Never mind, that was different. I was good. No, I was going to WandaVision.
Oh.
They called it a limited series instead of a show.
Well, a limited series just means that there's only one season.
No. Now that's why I stopped myself.
Yeah.
But
I'm just curious with how far Disney is willing to push the violence for this movie, because I mean, obviously, like we're seeing them get very violent with Daredevil. Punisher is technically supposed to be more violent, so I'm curious,
which we're expecting. Well, again, I get your point. I don't know. I feel like Disney right now is, weirdly enough, Marvel's making money for them.
Oh no, I know that.
I think the big thing is they're going to allow them to do, because Punisher is such a major character. Weirdly enough, what I mean by that is it's not a normal Marvel character you think of, right? But because of the success of Netflix and everything else, that people really do love this particular Frank Castle, right? So the idea is not to say they didn't like the others, but I'm just stating like this particular one, they're like, oh, and I think they're just going to let things go. I mean, I know this is going to sound weird to say, but I think the idea is a lot of these networks, and we're going to be talking about it with The Boys as well, is to kind of prove that they're not afraid to piss off their bosses.
Oh no!
If we make our money, like you're going to shut up. You know what I mean? If we're doing Punisher, we're doing blood. There better be more blood than bullets, is what they said. I swear, I was there in the meeting. Kevin was there. We talked about it. It was great. We said we want more blood than bullets. In fact, what we're doing is we're gathering all the blood, and it better weigh more than the bullets. That's what he said. He was there. I was there.
I'm not disagreeing with you, it's just the idea that Disney is now like when it's the whole thing of when Disney first started Disney Plus, they said there would be no mature content on it. So now, like, what has it been, 10 years, if that,
Has it been
that they
already?
that it's been out? I don't know
Actually,
when
no, it's
it
not, but it's close. No, it's not. It's only been since 2021.
it's only been 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Want me,
The
I
fact that
will.
you said the fact that you said, oh, it's
No, no, I
close,
stopped
it's
myself because
five
because to be
years.
honest with you, I thought it was closer to 31. Leave me alone. Don't judge me. Time is flying by. Okay. Um,
It's flying by, but at the same time, it's not. um, wow, that's crazy. Disney Plus has gone up.
oh, you know what? It might have been late 2020. Hold on.
Either way, in 5 years, 6 years, it's gone up how much a month? That's insane.
Well, that was very stupid of me.
What did you look up?
Oh, I was wrong again. Oh, I was thinking of WandaVision. WandaVision came out in 2021. Disney
Yes.
Plus was 2019.
Okay, so
But
you
it was
know
the
what?
end. But it was the end of 2019.
No, that's
November.
fine.
No, but you're not wrong. No, no,
That's
but
fine.
I get it.
I'll be honest. When I said almost 10 years, I was thinking like 2018. So
No, no, you were definitely closer than me. I'm not arguing that whatsoever.
so all right. I was like,
You
there's
are
no way
correct. You
it's
are
only
correct
been
there. I'm
five
just
years. It
stating like
feels so much longer.
I really I forgot that technically Mandalorian was around for a bit longer before that. So like
That's true.
before
I
all the
mean,
Marvel shows started, because Marvel didn't start until 2021 technically. They,
Mandalorian was 2020, no? Or
no,
was it 2019?
I believe it started when Disney Plus came out.
I don't. Was it?
Because that was
Did it
the
really?
yep, yep, same date as Disney Plus, November 12th, 2019.
Oh wow. Okay.
That was their
I
big pull to
actually
get people to do it, to join.
I didn't realize that. I knew it was one of their flagship shows, but I didn't realize it was the one that launched it. So that's cool.
Yes. So yeah. So anyway, so my point I'm making is I'm not that surprised, just because they've had to change with the times. I think the big thing is once they took over Fox, um, was when they realized that they were kind of like, we can't. It's not going to be smart for us to keep it on Hulu. We want it on Disney because we're all going to make it one thing. We're going to have to be comfortable with the fact of having mature content on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely like it was the big talk once they
No,
bought
it was
once they bought Deadpool,
because the
because
whole
you
that was
can't do a PG Deadpool.
and that was kind
Like,
of their thing where, and remember, Multiverse of Madness was their first rated R.
I forgot Multiverse of Madness was rated R. Completely forgot. Did not feel rated R.
No, I agree with you there, but it was still technically rated R. So my point I'm making is that they were okay with it, and they were trying to see could it be successful, and obviously it could. So they were like, you could do Deadpool,
Yeah.
and you could do it however you want, and they did. So yeah, I'm excited for Punisher. Very excited. Cannot wait. Super
Oh
excited.
no, don't Multiverse of Madness was PG-13.
So Deadpool was their first rated R.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
there
it
was
was.
talks of this to be rated R, and they stopped it. That's right.
Yep.
They didn't think it was going to do well as a rated R movie, so they didn't make it rated R. Because there were a lot of scenes cut. I forgot about that. They had to cut a lot of scenes to make it not rated R.
This was the time, like, this movie era was the time where Marvel was like really struggling with like the quality of it because they were making a ton of changes, and this was when Kevin Feige wasn't the one overseeing the production, so because he was so swamped that things were just going past him without his final approval. So
Correct, but they also made sure to make it PG-13 instead of rated R because they thought it would be better for audiences, is their thought. Which, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, did it need to be rated R? No, but you cut a lot of stuff, and I'm curious of what that stuff was cut.
yeah, I
That's just a
mean,
me thing.
there was still
Um,
some issue, like, obviously,
no,
like,
there were still issues. Agreed.
I didn't think this movie was terrible, but I definitely think it had a lot more potential, and potentially with the fact that it was rated R could have crossed that boundary that could have,
Yeah, it could have
filled
shown
some of those gaps.
Wanda going really to the dark side more than she already was,
Yeah.
and that's saying something because we saw her murder the Illuminati.
and essentially torture her children of another world.
Well, technically, she was looking to torture herself in that universe and take over so she can have the children. Take the
Yes, but
children. No, but yeah,
it
inadvertently she
traumatized
caused.
those
Yes,
children.
inadvertently she caused a lot of fear to them. I agree. So let us move on to Maul. This was very good. It's a great
Yes,
start.
this was a like before we jump into everything, like all four of these shows like really went all out. I like
And
I
and can I just say, in very different ways, like
yeah,
they went all out and it worked for where they were in their story.
absolutely. Like we haven't had Star Wars content in a little while at this point, and it hasn't really
Yep.
been the classic Star Wars that we've, the prequels or the origin, whatever, or original or whatever it has been. It's always been like it's been little spin-offs lately. So, like going back to the roots of Maul and giving this character more depth that people have been asking for a long time. So, like they hinted this storyline back in Solo. So the fact that we're finally getting it and seeing this side of Maul that people knew existed and now are getting our hands in it. It's going to be seeing the strategic side and how seeing Maul's potential mentality breakdown. Like
Well,
I want to know how he went from a warlord to the broken man in Rebels.
which I'm assuming we're going to get, I would
Oh
imagine, from
yeah,
this.
I would have to assume. Yeah.
But seeing him be now, one of the big things is this is technically after the Clone Wars,
hmm
where he's
They
lost.
said how long it's been. I think.
Well,
I could,
the M, yes, they did, and I would love to tell you when that was, but I think, but I can't. Um, but it was just, oh, he's such a strategist, and it's not something like. Normally, that's not what you think of when you think of Maul. You know what I mean? Not to say that he isn't skillful.
1 year.
Okay, so he's basically had to rebuild himself back up, right? And he has Mandalorians as a part of his team again, or
Yep.
specifically just one at this point that we know for sure. And then we have
I mean,
two of his own race.
we saw a couple of them.
Well,
I
we
would
also
think.
saw a couple of his own race too.
Yes, which I was actually surprised about.
I was very surprised about it because, to be honest with you, when we first saw that guy, I was like, "Wow, they made Maul weird." I know because because if we didn't, because remember this is the very beginning, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird. Are we seeing like a flashback of when he was younger? Like that's what I'm thinking. And then we see the lightsaber later, and I went, oh, that guy's not Maul. That's his like cousin. I don't want to be racist, but
Brothers. They're like
aren't they
like
all just considered brothers because the other ones are
yeah
all called sisters?
yeah. Like
Now here's my question though. This is a
Savage
weird thing
Opress was his brother as well. So
because they're all sisters, right? The sisters, and then the other
mhm.
one is the mother. Is there like a father?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
because they're slaves, I would think not. They would just be brothers.
Possibly. Yeah.
Because the women run that race.
Yes. They're the more powerful ones. Yeah.
Correct. Which
And
is
they're the
funny
ones
to
that
think about
actually
because of
they're the
Maul.
ones. Well, they gave Maul his power.
Yes. They made him the apprentice for Lord Sidious. Which I also find to be hilarious that they call him Lord Sidious in this. And again, I get it because that's what his name was when he was training under him. But I find it funny that they're not calling him the Emperor. Maul isn't, I mean.
I mean, to him,
He's Lord
I think
Sidious.
I think
Oh
it's
no,
just
Darth Sidious. He didn't say Lord Sidious. He's Darth Sidious. I apologize. Same
That's right,
title
he
though.
did. I mean, I think just to him, it's more like he's not the Emperor. He's just, he's the Sith Lord. So he's, that's what he knows
Yep.
him as. Um,
Lots and lots of death. So yeah, I wasn't prepared for him to be the mastermind in the sense of like like causing destruction to everyone that screwed him over, but making sure that they don't know who did it.
well, they're not sure, but he's leaving hints. and they
No, he's leaving
all.
hints, but nobody believes it because they're like, he's gone. He's dead.
Yep. Yeah, I really love that. Like, I mean, just that the two clans already fighting. I'm blanking on their names right now, but
Doesn't matter.
uh, it was just like I
2D.
love that. Yeah, I love that.
That guy messed with me though with his robot suit. That messed with me big time. Little guy, big suit.
Or I thought you were gonna. Yeah, yeah. No, it definitely was. And I love that he used that to his advantage. You know.
No, 100%. I have to give him credit on that, but I also like him just as any crime boss would do, is save their own skin. He pulled a penguin and saved his own skin to join a bigger fish to see what he could do.
And potentially backstab him again later.
Yeah, but we all know that's not going to happen.
It's not going to
Well,
work out for him.
let me rephrase it this way. It might work, but the likelihood is slim.
That's true, because I mean, again, he could be the cause of what's leading him to rebels. I don't think so, but it could
Can I also say
happen.
too that there are so many races in the Star Wars universe, and we keep seeing like the same ones over and over again. The tentacle hair people like have been around for so long, and they're back again as a Jedi, specifically a Padawan. Because I don't think she's considered a Jedi, right? She's still considered a Padawan.
She's a Jedi Padawan, yeah.
Yeah, but you
She's
get
not
my
a full
point.
blown Jedi yet at
Correct.
this point,
Her
but yeah.
master is
Um,
very Yoda looking.
yes, he is. I'm really liking the setup with this, where it's like a cop drama. You know,
It throws me off because it's like it's that, and then it's also Star Wars, and then it's also the Force, and then it's also manipulation, and I'm like I don't I can honestly say for the first time after watching these two episodes, I don't know where they're going to go. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, where it's like there's so much going on in a good way that they could go in a million different directions and it would still work.
yeah. I mean, I think the way we're going, obviously, my idea of
We're
where this
getting
is going to be
revenge
going.
still, where there's still a lot of
Well,
revenge to be
definitely,
had.
Maul is going through his revenge story. It's going to lead to his rise, and then it's somehow going to lead to his downfall once again.
I don't
The
think we're going to get
cop,
his downfall in this season. We're going to get it in the second.
I
I
think it's
feel
the
like we're
second
going to get
season.
him being at his peak at the
Yeah.
end of this season is my thought.
And then I think the cop, because the way that they were hinting at this is that he's going to, he's still trying to do good, legitimate good, because he's trying to avoid the Empire getting involved.
Because he
He
doesn't
wants,
want them to take over his
yep.
world.
So he's going to keep dodging and dodging, and eventually it's going to lead to him
Also, with that,
getting.
I also love the fact that Maul is a restricted facial recognition.
Oh yeah, there's no one. Yeah, no one was able to pick up on it. Yep.
Like you have the. Oh, by the way, also Two Boots. You know who voices him?
No.
All right, so you remember in The Mandalorian, I believe it was I can't remember if it was season 1 or season 2. When you know who Bill Burr is, right? The comedian.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was in the show, remember?
Yep.
So remember that robot that he had that was like I forget what kind of droid it was, but it was a specific robot that was like the pilot. He was the one that was messing with all the security system to let them through. Anyways, the same voice actor for Two Boots.
Oh, okay. I don't remember him having a robot, to be honest. So
Well, no, remember it was part of the crew. So we had the
yeah.
red devil, the purple girl, and then the purple guy who was in the prison cell, and then he had the robot and himself.
Masterclass description.
Again, the tentacle heads. I'm telling you, too many of them.
Going off of that, so I believe I had told you this when they first announced this a while ago. The Twi'lek, that's their species name, in the comic.
Wait,
In
which ones?
the tentacle heads.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't. Oh no, they're called Night Watchers or something like that. Never mind. I was thinking
I
of
had
Maul.
mentioned. Oh, the Twi'lek. In Legends, she is a Legends character.
They're making
And
Legends canon.
They're trying to bring some Legends concepts into it. And I believe her name in the continuity is Darth Talon, I believe. So I'm also very interested to see this come to play and see how it goes into the story overall as
Well,
well.
we also know that the Empire does get involved because there is a fight with the Inquisitor.
Well, yes, we know the Empire is going to get involved. We do know that. And Malik as well. We saw Malik in the trailer in Ahsoka, the guy that turned into a ghost when she killed him.
Isn't that the Inquisitor?
Well, no. So in Tales of Ahsoka, Tales of the Jedi, it was the Inquisitor in that, and then in the
Oh,
Ahsoka
oh.
show, there was the really cool dark guy, a dark whatever guy that when
Turned
she
out to be just a
stabbed,
ghost.
he like literally turned to dust or whatever it did happen.
No, understood.
No, not Malik. Sorry, Merrick. Mar.
The fishy looking
Anyways,
guy?
fishy looking guy.
No,
No,
forget it. We'll move on. We'll never get there. Mostly because I don't know where I am. But no, this is really good because we had the prison escape, which happened too. Them avoiding the police, which was also interesting. And also not killing that cop was a huge thing for me. They're keeping him alive. I mean, he's got plot armor, let me tell you. Because he should have been
Agreed.
dead a few times.
Come on, focusing.
No, I saw it. I was just, to me, it's like, isn't that the guy who was turned to ghosty?
Yeah,
That's what that looks like to me.
yeah. No, that's the guy when she stabbed. Like all the ghost came out of him. I didn't know because you said fishy looking guy. I think he
No, there's
doesn't
the
look.
other Inquisitor that was, because I was like, if it's not, because you made it sound like I was wrong about the ghost guy, and that's what threw me off. Because then I was like, the fish guy, the big guy, you know what I'm talking about, the big Inquisitor.
If I made it seem like you were wrong, then I apologize because I did
Oh,
not mean to
okay.
make it seem like you were wrong.
So for once I was right. I mean, granted, you fed me the answer, which is why I'm not like excited about it. But I'm like, you fed me the answer, and how the hell did I get it wrong?
I like that they with the Twi'lek's master, the Jedi.
Yes.
Uh, I like his faith in people.
Yeah, that's gonna get crushed.
And I love actually how they in this first episode they tested how he still has the Jedi beliefs. Where like
Mm-hmm.
when the bridge was collapsing, and he
Maul did it
had to
on
either
purpose.
he either had to let the people die or expose himself, and he couldn't let the people die. So I really love that. Uh, I'm so looking forward to where these next. Obviously, when we're recording this, episode 3 and 4 are out, and I haven't watched it yet to not
Either have I.
confuse myself. Um,
For the same reason.
yeah, so I'm very looking forward to where the show is going to go and how
Agreed.
what turns they're going to be making.
No, I
Um,
100% agree with you. I think the big thing for me too is just the fact of we don't know where it's going to go in the best way possible. I'm excited. And I'm excited because Maul is such a weirdly enough to say, he's a well liked character in the sense of like, we love to hate him, but he's just awesome. The idea is they're going to make him, I think
I
in
don't
this,
think people love to hate him. I think they just love him because they love him.
he's so awesome. He is awesome.
It's
Like the fact that he was given like a short moment in episode 1 to then come to be, you know what I'm saying, to be one of the most beloved Star Wars characters of all time. He's ranked
yeah.
up there, and he
For
originally was a
for
nobody.
for coming from one of the worst Star Wars movies, yeah.
But also, like when you think about it too, he had the smallest role in that movie too. He
Yeah,
was
one of the
in.
smallest
He was
roles. Yeah.
inconsistent. Oh my god, insignificant.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And
I
it's
can't say he's insignificant because he killed a Jedi Master.
yeah, but that Jedi Master lasted just what a little bit less that time than him. I mean, he's not that great either. It was later on that he was added on that he made him better. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? When we
yes.
heard his
Yeah.
voice, go towards the light, my child, or whatever he said. I don't remember. So anyway, um, I'm on zero everything. So my big thing is I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm ready to move on.
I can tell. I can tell you really don't want to be here right now.
So Invincible. I was actually very impressed with this episode because it
No,
was exact. I was exactly what
yeah,
I was expecting, but also not at the same time. It was definitely a healing episode for Mark, which is what we were. That was 100%. I was right on. However, I was wrong about what they were going to show in the background while we waited for Mark to heal. We
yeah.
got the war, and we got war.
We got an invasion. That's what we got.
Well, no, 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 no. It was war first, then an invasion.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because the space battles. You are correct.
Lots of space battles.
Yep.
Also, Alan and Tech Knight playing video games is something I didn't know I wanted, and now I got it.
I love that I love when we get cut back to them. They're just sitting there going like, "Oh, now's our chance to escape. We can get away after we finish this
I'm pretty sure we can
mission."
beat this level before him. Like, we can do it. And then literally go, no, that's irresponsible. We got to go. And, like, they didn't finish the level because they were like, we got to go.
It's like we're seeing people die. We have to make a move for it.
The reason why I love
so
that
funny.
scene too was the fact that he was willing to sacrifice himself to protect her, which I did very much like. Um, and then she comes back with Space Rider, and he goes bibbity boppity boop and destroys one of them with ease.
Yeah, he fires his gun, which did exactly what it was supposed to do.
No, it 100%
So,
did.
I didn't expect that to go that simple. To be that you know, I just
The
expected
war
some
in
kind of
general felt
dodging,
very
constant.
simple because it was one of those things where it's like everyone comes together, Battle Beast is there, everyone's ready to just rip flesh open, right? Literally and figuratively. So my whole thing is we then get like them just going and basically picking out one by one and trying to kill a Viltrumite one at a time. But the
Yep.
problem was the army, although they were defeating Viltrumites, right? The armies were technically being destroyed by their armies. And what I mean by that is they didn't necessarily lose, but they were losing so many people that they couldn't replenish, where the Viltrumites could just go and take out an entire planet with ease.
I mean, the big thing is like this is the classic of like evil versus good, where it's like the Viltrumites just keep sending soldier after soldier after soldier because they don't care, whereas the other side, they don't want to keep losing their people because they're like
Which was
our
very
people.
evident when they had their group meeting.
Yes, and it's like we've these people have already suffered enough. We have to end this faster than drag it out, and like I said, the Viltrumites just don't care because it's
Also, General Thrag, that's
mhm,
his name, correct?
Regent, Grand Regent.
Sorry. I forgot his rank, but I got his name right. Figure that one out.
First time for everything.
No, I know. That's why I'm like, the rank was what threw me off because I'm like, I got that wrong and not his name. Okay. My whole thing is just the fact of like, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah,
Speaking to a skull. I was not
talking to
prepared for
the dead
that.
skull was not prepared.
We're gonna do what
He's
you
just
want.
sitting,
Yeah. We're
you
gonna do
know.
what you want, leader, grand leader. You kept calling him grand leader, like he's not the leader anymore. Like it's the skull. The skull is the leader. Skull is the leader. He's like petting it.
I mean,
He
clearly,
was
like you said, that guy's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. So I'm curious if we're gonna see like what happened to make him snap. As I mean,
So this is my other thing. So we're gonna stop here and talk about Nolan, Oliver, and Mark before we combine it all together.
oh, okay.
No, because I think it leads into all of this. The reason why I say that is because spoilers. Although it's been a week almost already. Mark is alive. And apparently
Could have
with a
never thought
name,
that.
yeah, I know. And some days I really wish he was. And my big thing was this was a big testament to the fact of like also we found out how Viltrumites actually heal. As long as they continue to get protein in them, they will be able to heal themselves without a problem.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. He needed more protein apparently, but he couldn't get the solid stuff because he can't chew. So they had to get liquid. But the Oliver and Nolan of it all, their little relationship was just so cute.
Finally getting father son time. Something that he never
And
got.
and mind you, everyone grew facial hair during that time too.
Yeah, that was so funny.
I like the little whiskers on Oliver because they zoomed in.
That
Um,
was
Did you know? All right, so did you hear how people were pointing out that Oliver is just Rex, like robot, the younger version in a different color scheme?
I didn't notice that, but literally as you were saying it, I was like, yeah, I see it. I
No, no, no,
100%
but it's
see
so
it.
funny. So, but I'm like, most people don't even realize it, and myself included, because
Yeah.
I did not until it was brought to my attention. Because people like to bring stuff to everyone's attention, but Mark and Nolan, no, that's a lie. Oliver and Nolan finally got to rekindle their relationship as father and son, which I thought was very cute and nice. And we also get a scene where Oliver talks about how he had a sexual awakening with a lobster. And I bring that up because I told Mike in one of our other episodes that we do, because in the comics he starts to date and have a relationship with a alien of the shrimp variety. I think you would call. So the idea is they call her shrimp, but I think it's just a crustacean esque. But you get the point. I think he's really into those bug roots. You know what I mean? He's still a bug where
Hey,
it counts. Um, so yeah, we also get him being Oliver being trained and apparently ready to fight in the war. Mark wakes up and thinks that everyone's dead, finds out that both Dad and Oliver are alive, and then they go to the planet where the rebellion started. While this is going on, Thrag decides that he's going to go in and destroy the planet because if they're defeated, then the entire resistance will fall apart. And let's just say he blows up the main building, which was where Thaddeus is. He comes out straight up daddying it, let me tell you. Comes out with one nip out, coming in to beat the boys, and boy did he. Also, what threw me off, because we actually get the answer later, but what threw me off was Thrag, before we found out why they knew where it was and everything else and how to get in there. I thought it was very odd that they knew that Thaddeus was the betrayer.
oh
Because
yeah,
Nolan didn't know.
yeah, yeah,
So obviously it made sense later. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
it threw me off because I was like, how do they know? You knew the betrayer was alive and you didn't go after him?
yeah.
BS. But then what we find out later, we made a hell of a lot more sense.
I like that during the entire thing, like his clothes, some of his clothes got burned off, the buildings were falling apart, but the fake beard stayed on.
Well, yeah,
Like
the only
that,
way it gets removed is if he rips it off himself. Have you
yeah, just
not
gotta
known the
like.
Viltrumite lore? Come on. Come
I
on.
was just, I was like, this is just so ridiculous.
I'm dead serious. I knew exactly what was happening. So anyway, and he starts straight up beating people. Like,
Oh,
here's the
he went ham.
oh no, he went John Ham. Let me tell you, he was going right. He was just beating people up like you wouldn't believe. They called him Madman and Iron Man. Like they were just beating people up. So it was just incredible to see him fighting because he's not what I would expect as a fighter. You know what I mean? Granted,
Yeah.
he is a Viltrumite. Don't get me wrong, but like I thought he was done with that life, but that life ain't done with him.
Once a
Um,
Viltrumite, he's still got his training years. He's made it to old age for a reason.
agreed, agreed. But when the way they've portrayed him previous to this,
I
I
agree.
never would have thought that the general would have gotten his butt kicked by Thaddeus. But Thaddeus went full on Zeus and curb stomped him.
He just destroyed anybody that went in front of him.
And then they're losing, by the way. The resistance is losing until Nolan and his family show up and basically defeat the Viltrumites to the point where their numbers are down to 6, at least after that battle.
Yep, they
And they all
even the
fly to Viltrumite. Wait, what's it called? Is it called Viltrumite?
Viltrum.
Viltrum. Stupid me. And the plan is Thaddeus says they're gonna go after him, stop him there, stop him before he gets there, and once we cut off the head off the snake, we defeat the Viltrumite Empire.
I think in the episode they said that once we cut off the head of the snake, someone else chimed in and was like, "2 more take its place." No, you you crush it. I'm like, I'm so curious what this is going to lead to.
Well, I could tell you, but you don't want to know.
I mean, I know, but
Well, I mean, the idea is the Viltrumites, although I would imagine, I don't know the full details, I would imagine that they win that battle, but not everyone dies, and then they come back with a vengeance in their own way, just not as a Viltrumite army, but more as a Viltrumite enemy. I guess you'd
yeah,
describe it that way. But yeah, I mean, who knows? We can have some fun and watch people die. That's gonna be great. Um,
I mean, we're going to get that anyways.
True. My thing is because this was episode 6, correct?
Yep.
There's 2 episodes left. I don't. I think this last episode, this next episode, is going to be them flying towards them, but never actually making it there until the end of the episode, and we're going to find out what happened to Rex and Monster Girl in the alternate universe, or the other.
Yeah, I'm curious if we're going to see more of what's going on Earthside
I think
and
we are because we're going to end with that battle. I feel
mm,
like in the season.
yeah, I feel like the battle has to end the season.
Correct. So I feel like the
And then
idea
end
is
on some, and it's going to end on some kind of cliffhanger. I don't like past seasons have kind of had like a definitive end, and it's like hinting at what's coming next. But I feel like this one is going to be like something like, like you said, they lost the battle, and it's like they're got to regroup kind of thing.
we'll have to wait and
Um,
see. I mean, I'm
yeah.
excited either way, but my big thing is just figuring out what happens next. But
What was it that there was something I wanted to say before we switched over.
it's not about lobsters and loving.
No, it's definitely not.
No,
um,
it makes you look at a lobster roll differently now.
you can say that all you want. I'm not looking at lobster rolls any differently, so I don't know how you're looking at it, and I don't want to know. I'm gonna cut you off right there with your stupid smile right now.
It's like, do you have it buttered or do you have it with mayonnaise?
Oh,
Oh, that helped you. That's not winning anything for me. Let me tell
you know
you.
what's funny is that what you said actually did help, and it doesn't make me feel comfortable because it's like.
So how did the warm creamy lobster roll help you out, buddy? I can't wait to hear it.
Wait, the post credit scene when
Oh yes.
Conquest. Oh, now it's okay. Now you understand.
Yeah, when I think of
when we're zooming,
lobsters, I think of Conquest's dead body, of course.
when we're zooming into his grave, my exact response was, "This motherfucker does not die."
Well, so my first thought was, and they play in the same music as they did the last time that he came to life, and I was like, no. And then the music died, and I went, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, no, I'm just sitting here going like, this shit does not stay dead, and then it like zoomed away, and I'm like, oh, those assholes really
like,
got me.
No, but they did. They did. The whole point was to show, like, oh, we're gonna make it very clear this time that he's gone for good, which I'm not mad about. It just, I will admit, I felt the same way as you, going, what, how, and then,
Yeah.
oh, okay. A lot of that.
No, that was,
A lot of that.
that was one of the, I was thinking of texting you with like another like vague
yeah.
response, and I wanted to do that, but I felt like that was way too vague because there were so many instances where
No,
that
you
could
would
have.
I would have. To be fair, I would have been like, I don't know which one he's talking about.
I know, and I didn't want to say like
obviously,
mention
obviously.
Conquest. So
No,
it's
obviously. Well, that's why, like, when I sent you a couple of the things that I said that were very vague, like, I purposely did it where you had to have like really paid attention to know exactly what was going on,
yeah,
for you to get it, which is what I wanted. But it's either way, it's hilarious. But are
yeah.
you ready to talk about Daredevil?
I think I am.
This was a bullseye episode that I was not prepared for.
I loved it. It was
No.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I mean, I'm so glad that we got the answer of whether or not Bullseye is completely cuckoo or if he's trying to be a good guy. And it turns out both. So, wasn't prepared for that, let me tell you. In his own psychosis, he believes that he's doing the right thing by all, which I think is oddly the scariest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, really.
And that's weird for me to say just because of what we, you know what I mean? Like what we see in general. And just like that scared me more than anything else because it's just, the opening scene is just him being a hero.
Thinking he is, yeah.
To be fair, the most heroic thing he's done, we can agree.
Yeah.
I agree that it's definitely not heroic in all aspects, but it's definitely the nicest thing he's done out of all the things he's done.
The thing is like it technically can be heroic because he's trying to fight back against a fascist regime.
So here's my reasoning why I hesitated, because of it's his understanding of what's going on, and I think it's the
Like
motivation and everything. I agree with
I'm
you. The
not
actions
saying
themselves can be heroic. You're right. I agree
yeah.
with you there. I will 100% agree with you there. However, I think it's the intention and his mindset at the time, which is where I'm stating no. Are you taping something right now?
No. No, I'm not. No, I am not. I am untaping something.
Is that the hazelnut one or the chocolate ones? Hold on, let me smell. Hazelnut.
Fine hazelnut chocolates.
Smells it.
I love these things. These things are so addictive.
That's why I don't buy them, because I'll eat the whole. I'll eat that whole thing right now.
I would 100% do that. And I do not buy them. I get given them. They get pawned onto me from my parents. So
They're saying you're not fat enough. So
what's funny
Bullseye.
is that every day I see my mom, she's like, "Wow, you've gained 10 pounds. Thanks, mom."
Oh, she does get worried if you lose weight, though.
She does. She
No, I
then
know.
gets
That's what
mad
I'm
at my
saying. So it's
wife.
like
She then gets mad at my wife for not feeding me. So it's like it's a lose lose.
yeah, it's like, oh, it's about time you finally gained some weight. Oh, you lost weight. You're not eating. But anyway, speaking of that, Bullseye has his own little apartment. He then has a. I'm very curious at why he got banana flavored milkshake. I feel like there's a reason behind that, and I cannot for the life. No, you know what I mean? Like, it seems way too specific. Like, who orders a banana milkshake?
It was very,
I'm looking it up.
very specific. I thought he asked, "What are you guys known for?" And
Yeah, but it was a milkshake, and he said banana flavor, please. That was
okay. I didn't.
that was the big
Yeah.
that was the big difference to me.
I thought she had suggested it. So
No, she suggested the oh my gosh. Give me a second.
the pie.
No, she suggested the milkshake in general. He requested the flavor.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because like normally it would have been vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, like those are the main ones you'd think of. Even cookies and cream wouldn't have been that far fetched. However,
Coffee.
he chose
Coffee.
Not in New York.
Fair. Yeah.
So you're not wrong in this side of the country. You're wrong over there. So my point I'm making is
this side of the country. It's like right over here.
We're the only ones that do coffee, and the only reason why Florida does it is because there's so many Rhode Islanders down there now. But my point I'm making is just why the banana flavor, because I felt like it was a hint to like the comics, and apparently it's not.
Is it a New York thing?
I don't know.
Well, anyways, that's not the point of this. I love that he actually drew the task force in by being smart enough, and I know he is smart enough, but being smart enough to prank call a Frank Castle sighting. I love that we're getting hints of Frank Castle, but he ain't showing up. Like they're really like teasing that into it. And I love the dispatch officer was just like, "Are you sure it's actually him? Like, what are you talking about?" Are you digging into the lore of milkshakes right now?
Also, we forgot to mention that the logo for Marvel was blue in the beginning of this too.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
So apparently, Bullseye ordering a banana milkshake at the diner can't be a coincidence, after his apartment in Netflix season 3 featured banana-flavored protein powder in his kitchen, making this milkshake a wide deep cut for the show to connect it to the original series on Netflix.
They're using banana flavored things to tie the shows together. That's probably
That's the biggest stretch that's ever existed in my life. I'm thinking he's like thrown bananas at people in the comics and killed somebody. That's where my mind went. And he apparently had banana flavored protein powder in his kitchen in season 3 of the Netflix Daredevil, and that's gonna make a big callback for the banana.
I can't
I'm
wait.
more pissed off I looked it up.
We
I'm
better
more pissed
see
off I looked it
more.
up.
We better see more banana related content going forward now.
Well, depending on which show you watch, there might be a lot of bananas.
That.
In some cases, volcanoes. So, my thing is just the fact
That's a
of
spicy banana.
that is a hot banana. Hot banana, hot banana, holy crap, but there it melts. Be careful before it cools.
I think you'd want it to cool faster. I think the longer it stays hot, the worse it's gonna feel.
Well, yeah, but I feel like the hotter it is, the more likely you are to get rid of it off of you. I don't know how it works, to be honest with you.
I mean, if you go in lava, you're dead. So I mean, I don't think
Well, actually,
either situation is
too,
good.
it's like you're not gonna die from the heat first. You're gonna die of suffocation first. I didn't know that. Things you learn.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's so
No,
hot
no,
you can't breathe. Yeah,
it does, but like it's ice. Because we always see people melt into it.
yeah.
That you literally suffocate before that even like you'll feel the heat for a little bit, then you'll can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm off topic. I apologize, but yeah, the bullseye with the ketchup was awesome. The fact that he said that Punisher was there, which
I so I'll be honest. When you said the bullseye with the ketchup, I was like, I don't remember him using ketchup. And then I remember the symbol at the end when he walked out of the diner. Oh, okay, there we go. You were so vague with that that it just took me. It took me a second to
I literally just went like this. I was like, you figure it out. It's a circle.
I don't see the full circle the way because you.
No, you just saw that. I get you. It's like half a circle. Not even. I think it's a quarter.
It was like a sliver.
It was a crescent. You know what? It's a crescent moon.
That's a stretch.
But at least the banana milkshake was good. So everyone died, and he then leaves, and then we find out that Fisk is getting ready for his signature celebrity fight, or charity fight, I should say, where he's fighting.
Charity fight.
Is it a heavyweight or a medium weight? I feel like it's got to be a heavyweight champion.
No, that was heavyweight. Yeah. And it's a professional fighter.
No, that was a big thing. But I also
he was 32-2 versus someone who had no professional experience.
And also my favorite thing was, hey, let's put the mouthpiece in. He goes, nah, I'm not really gonna let him hit me.
I'm sitting here going like, I understand this is like plot armor, but it's like this is ridiculous. Not landing one single punch. Absolutely not.
Well, no, that makes sense. Not to the face specifically.
No, I understand maybe not hitting him in the face, but like not hitting him at all. Like
no.
Just,
my whole thing was that's why he didn't have the mouth guard because he wasn't going to be able to get. I mean, the concept was not getting hit in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good?
No, I got that. It's a little stale.
Good. So
I know you're jealous.
I am because I've been very good on my diet, except for Saturday where I ate a cookie.
Oh, how dare you!
Honestly, that was the only dessert I've had in several months.
You know what's funny is that, speaking of this, now Steph and I have to start doing like an actual drastic diet change because the baby is still spitting up a little bit when he's eating his milk or the breast milk. So he had his 4-month appointment today, and the doctors had said that she has to severely change her diet because there's a possibility that his vomiting or spitting up,
I know what you meant,
is because he might be having a little bit of a sensitivity to dairy. So that means no cheese, like no pizza, no like steak and cheese. She loves cheese and crackers.
I was going to say she's basically going to everything that she eats is off the table.
They said like you can't have like certain vinaigrettes, so it's like take away salad. Can't have broccoli.
Vinaigrettes? That one throws me off. But is it because of because it's some of it has cheese in it?
I really don't understand. I don't know it. They said she can't have broccoli. She can't have
well, broccoli because of the calcium.
There's the long green stringy asparagus. She can't have asparagus. It's like
that blows my. So like all the other stuff made sense to me. To be fair, right? The broccoli throws me off a little bit, but like because it's like it wouldn't be a lactose thing; it would be a vitamin thing. To me, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not proclaiming to be, but like
I wasn't at this. I wasn't able to go to this appointment, so I couldn't like ask the questions or whatever. So she's reiterating it to me, and I'm like, honestly, like this just sounds hilarious to me.
She's really good at keeping that memory in there.
Well,
Um,
I'll give it to her. She remembered a lot from this, but it's like
well, yeah, 'cause she was told of everything she couldn't eat. It was basically
yeah.
everything.
I'm just like we're both just like, wow, this is terrible because it's like all the stuff that we like to eat is now just like been taken away right there. Like can't have like Alfredo pasta, can't
Yeah,
have um
anything.
she can't have coffee because she puts creamer in her coffee. um
Not the coffee itself; it's the creamer. But I get it. She
it's the
doesn't want to
creamer,
drink it
but
black. But I get it. No,
yep.
no, no. That's not that as far fetched as like the broccoli. The broccoli threw me off. The
She like she's been having a lot of drinkable yogurts lately, cannot have that anymore. and they said they said that it's going to take three weeks for it to leave her system,
no,
which
that I
she's
do
already
know.
had,
Yeah. So she.
and
So
then
she.
it's going to take another 3 to 5 weeks before we start seeing the changes affect him.
Mhm.
So it's like
Yeah, it's a
it's
minimum
like
of 3 months, and it might not even work.
yeah, and like this is going to be such a big torture change. And I
Yeah.
love that this just like whatever we were just saying Daredevil just made me think of this.
The banana milkshake. And what killed, to be honest with you, it always leads back to the banana milkshake. It's a full circle moment. It connects
It's
everything.
freaking milkshake.
It's the banana milkshake of it all. In fact, everything's connected to a banana milkshake now, and I'm going to make sure of it, even in The Boys. Wait until you see my banana milkshake in that one. There's a lot of bananas, and there's a lot of milkshake in there, and let me tell you, it's one big old banana milkshake.
They mentioned a lot of milk in that episode, so
and a lot of bananas, and a euphemism for something else. But my big thing though is the fact of like the diet's gonna suck, by the way. But once you get coming from me, who really sucks at it, it's weird. The first week will feel hard, and then it's gonna get easy, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, "Oh, everything's going great,"
and then it's like, yeah,
So
that's the
that's
part
been
that gets you. Is
that's the
cheat,
part that gets me. So I've been good overall, and I am very proud of myself. So I think you can do it, but you also have you also have weak willpower. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, I have terrible willpower. Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like you can dangle pizza in my face and I won't eat it.
I mean, when I don't want to eat something, then like I can tell myself not to.
Your Domino's orders say otherwise. Not a sponsor.
I don't know why that got me so much.
Speaking of deliveries, let me talk about Wilson Fisk getting the. I tried so hard. I couldn't figure it out. I can't figure this out. Also, can we talk about how Matt Murdock looks so weird in a vigilante task force outfit?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He doesn't even look right in it. Is that weird to say?
No, he does not.
Like he looks fake.
Oh yeah, he does not look like he fits in. Absolutely not. And obviously, I feel like that's the point.
I guess, but it's like to me, it's like shouldn't it be obvious for everyone then? But yeah, so seeing him in that hunting down Bullseye, having the fight in the apartment was awesome.
Yes, I liked
the neighbor too.
Excuse me. The neighbor, like, just checking in on him and
pulls out a gun on her.
Just all of a sudden, it's like, oh well, I guess you're not so sweet after all.
I'll do it. Don't make me do it, but I'll do it.
I'm one of the good guys, so no, you're not.
Yeah, and then he escapes, and then my question is, so spoiler alerts, Fisk wins the fight, shockingly, and Vanessa shows up, even though she wasn't supposed to, after speaking with the governor, which, by the way, that was incredible, where she's like, I respect you, not your husband. So if you work with him, I'll support you guys. And I'm like, wow, I didn't think politicians, like I knew politicians were corrupt, but man, like, you're okay with all of this as long as she's involved, which is very weird to me, but it's because in her mind, she'll do the checks and balances, when in actuality, she's a straight up killer too.
She's just as corrupt as he is. Yep.
Correct. She's just, I guess, better at hiding it. I don't know how to describe it. But when she gets to the fight and then he wins and they celebrate and then Bullseye comes in, guns a-blazing, and then
My jaw
she
was on
shoots
the
him in the
floor.
ribs.
Yeah. My
And
my
then
jaw was on the floor at that ending.
yeah, and then he throws the trophy or a trinket. I don't know what it was, but he throws it at Vanessa, and then Wilson blocks it with his belt, shattering it, and one of the pieces digs right into Vanessa's skull. Question for you: do you think she's dead? I know that, don't get me wrong, they allude to it very much so that she's dead, but my question for you is, as we know in the comics, we technically don't have her pronounced dead, and we don't officially know if she took her last breath.
Oh well, what were you saying? Do you mean like in the show we're not 100% sure? Or are you saying in the comics we've never seen her die?
No, no, no. In the comics, she's definitely died of many a times, but in the show,
Okay,
what I'm
so
saying is, do you think she's actually dead?
I actually want to say
At the
I
very least,
want
I
to
could.
say yes.
At the very least, she's definitely out for the rest of the season, in my
I
opinion.
mean yes, but I think she's dead. I think
I agree.
I think that they're going to use this as the way to further break Fisk
To the
because
point where even his ways cannot protect him because he's going full kingpin at this point.
yeah, because she's the one who kept him level. And now she's gone, he will have no restraints. This is where he's finally at the top of his game. This is where his downfall is then going to start once again. So that's where my mind is going.
I mean, I kind of
And
agree with you. I mean, it also makes the most amount of sense because the fact that we see the governor agreeing with him to a certain degree, that like they are definitely not getting any help, but with her gone, he's going to go over the edge, which would also make sense of why he loses his power.
yep, which would like leads to the what we saw in the trailer of Spider-Man.
Correct. That's my
Absolutely.
point. So,
Um,
but I'm excited to see where it goes. To be honest with you, and I guess Bullseye's part of the crew? Question mark. I don't know. I don't. I'm guessing next episode. I'm going to say it every episode at this point. We're going to get Jessica Jones.
until we actually get her, we're getting her.
She's in this season.
It's gonna happen eventually.
She's in this season. I'm just surprised they haven't shown her yet at the very least.
She
Because they made her such a focal point in the trailer
yeah, I
that
know.
I'm like,
They were using her to draw people in, and I feel like it's just that's all she was is to draw. And like at this point, I feel like she's just going to appear at the end of the season, and that's it.
well, I'm wondering now if she's going to come in when he starts just taking everyone in, regardless, and she's like, oh, hell no. Because she's also anti-vigilante to a certain degree, too.
Well, I mean, she just doesn't care about them. I don't really say she's anti-vigilante.
She is all right, but you get my point though. She wouldn't get involved.
Yeah, I mean, we
But
talked
now,
about this last week, where it's like she doesn't consider herself a vigilante, but people keep roping her in.
correct.
So
And she's also not a full fan of it either because she's like, you got to do everything by the law, which is why I'm saying she's technically against vigilantism as a whole.
yeah. Well, I mean, at the end
As
of
a
the day,
concept,
too.
that doesn't mean she still doesn't dabble. I mean, we all dabble. We all dabble.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We all have our
we all
moments
go
of
around
fighting.
punching random crooks in the street, you know.
Sometimes we just break up fights. I mean, we all have our moments.
I know you
Some
really
more than others.
love to do that, so you know.
I unfortunately do.
And you have the battle scars.
I very much do. But yeah,
90% of the time you end up on your ass, but you know that's besides the point.
But I stand up for what's right until I get knocked out. And I get up again until everyone brings me down.
How are your ribs, by the way?
I can play a xylophone on them.
Good.
I have lost a significant amount of weight. I'm proud of myself, but I'm not where I want to be. So moving on to the boys.
What does that have to do with your broken rib?
Because you can see them better.
Oh, okay. Now I'm understanding because I was asking about how your recovery's doing, and you kind of led it to you're losing weight, so that's why I was so confused.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's going to take time, but I mean, like compared to yesterday, obviously, it's significantly better. But like, it's just like anything else. If I turn the wrong way or whatever else, it's going to hurt. But It's not like detrimental. I'm just sore everywhere else now, which is fun.
Yeah.
Just because it's just everything else is now catching up to me. But let us move on to the boys. Speaking of broken ribs,
There's a lot of broken everything in this show.
correct. That's
Broken
why I thought that there was
mentality,
like
broken lives.
broken
Uh,
psyches. A lot of broken psyches. You know, for a show that's a lot about blood and breaking people, like physically, there is a lot of emotional breaking. Like a lot,
oh yeah, oh
a
yeah.
lot.
I mean, half of this is the emotional breakdown. Like
So
it.
somebody, so you've obviously seen the second episode now. Um, there was some. I'm jumping around for a reason. Do you know the reason or the thought behind why Homelander was crying at A Train's funeral?
No, I mean, aside from what they showed, where it's like in his head, it's like everyone's leaving him.
No. So it had. So weirdly enough, because it's Homelander, that's not the reason.
Mhm.
How is somebody who is a traitor in his eyes getting to be praised in the way that he should be right now,
Uh,
and he's not? Remember, he's very selfish.
yep.
But when somebody, so I read that online and immediately went, "Whoa!" Like, because I thought of it was the fact of like everyone around him is dying and he's got nobody was what I thought because that's kind of what it alluded to. Which, to be fair, I think that definitely plays a role in it for sure.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was like everyone was like praising A Train, who obviously in his eyes is a complete and utter traitor.
Yep. I mean, I feel like seeing that the whole funeral thing. I think this was partially his idea, because it's like we can't show weakness, we can't show dissent.
Well, I think it's more Sister Sage technically.
I mean, Sister Sage is telling him to go along with this, but at the end of the day, he agrees to it, and he knows that this is what's better for Vought.
Yeah.
Um, if he finds out that one of the former members of the Seven ended up going rogue,
No,
that's going to
another member of the Seven.
another member of the Seven.
No,
Yeah,
that's what.
yeah,
That's the
another.
problem. Another one. It's not just one. It's now would be two.
It's the same thing with Maeve. When instead of like giving her the proper send off, instead of saying like, "Oh, she went rogue,"
Also, I have some thoughts. I think Black Noir is not the Black Noir we know from the last season.
I've been getting very curious about that because he's just like
He's dead
disappearing,
silent.
acting really weird. So I'm very curious about that.
So I'm thinking I think that weirdly enough, that might be Ryan.
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah,
Now,
because we haven't
because
seen him.
because he's in a camp right now.
Hmm.
Or no, sorry, boarding school, which we all know is a prison.
Hmm.
Um, but my thought process is because there is no cloning in this, because that's what it was in the comics, that the next best thing would be obviously his son.
Yeah,
But
that would be wild.
so at the very least, it's not. I can say with confidence, I'm saying right now, it's not the Black Noir from the last couple of seasons. However, I'm my wild guess is it's Ryan because I can't think of anybody else it could be yet.
My only thing is that um when as soon as he starts acting weird is like I feel like Homelander would use his vision to see under his mask
Why? He's insignificant.
because he wants to know everything. Even though he is insignificant, he wants to know everything.
I'm gonna go with a no. And my reasoning for it is Black Noir is, regardless, a soldier that does what he says on paper. So he's more trusting of that than he is of the deep. Weirdly enough, he trusts the guy in the mask more than he does with anybody who doesn't have a mask, which is funny to me, but true.
Well, the guy in the mask is the one he planted himself. So
Also true. So you get my point.
the deep is just someone who's been here and he's been scraggling along.
And also the other reason why is that he didn't look as good with his blades as he did in past seasons as well.
Yeah, also true. Yeah.
That's my thought process. I could be wrong because remember he he was working with Mallory at one point, right?
Yes.
And you know how
Yeah.
she loves to use people.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another person we haven't seen. No, is she dead? She's dead.
Yeah. She died.
She died. That's right.
Ryan. Ryan killed her.
Yeah, so he's definitely Black Noir. Um,
That
no,
confirms it.
confirms it. But no, you get my point. Like he was just Black Noir is just not acting right, and I'm not. I
Yeah.
can't put my
No.
finger on it.
Absolutely. He's definitely not acting right, even for someone who's a just passes out randomly.
Oh no, I'm an idiot. What's his name from Gen V? Sam.
uh I personally don't think so. That one I think
But
is
size wise would make more sense than Ryan. We could agree to that. Although
yeah.
story wise, it would make more sense that it'd be Ryan. I agree.
Yeah. I think Sam is a little bit of a stretch, not because I don't think he could fit the role. I think with his own
Issues.
his own issues, I don't think it would
I don't think he'd be able to do it. He wouldn't be able to
exactly. I
maintain
don't.
it. I agree.
Yeah,
He would
yeah.
have to be short term.
He would snap before it gets anything
But
serious.
it's also
Yeah.
been a year. Oh no, it hasn't. It has been a year since the end of season 4.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's been 6 months since the end
I
of
think that's
Gen
what they
V.
said.
I think that's what they said.
But anyway, so a lot of fake news in general talking about how AI is ruining Homelander and Vought, and that it's these Starlighter fascists that are ruining everything.
Just absolutely wild what kind of dig at U.S. politics they just did.
They
Like,
they they went on everything.
yeah,
Like every little thing. I also love the fact that they mentioned that they arrested Chapel Roan and Tyler the Creator because those two are very much against what is would they be. You know what I'm saying? Which I
yep,
find to be very interesting in and of itself. Um, but they did such a good job because it's like the point that Ashley makes with Sister Sage is like, well, what else is there? And it's like, well, there's people who are still against Homelander, and anybody who makes posts about him or against him need to be punished.
absolutely wild.
I also love how
Uh,
she's like, oh, well, we want that because it's going to be helpful for the. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're serious? Okay, we'll do it.
yeah, I like. You know what's really crazy about this is that this has been being in like the writers' room. This hasn't been a recent thing. Like this has been planned for quite some time. And the fact that everything they did in just episode 1 alone and then continued into episode 2
I
is
would say more
happening.
episode 1 than it was episode 2. Um,
Yeah,
but you're
definitely.
not wrong. You're not wrong. There was definitely
And
some
the
clear stuff in episode 2 as well. The
but it's like
TikTok stuff
how
got me.
oh my god, that was so that was wild. But it's like
But
how
also not surprising. Not even close.
no, it works in this universe. Like it's crazy. Cuz it's all about the likes and the follows and whoa. But like what I'm saying is like it's crazy that so far in advance that they planned this and it's currently happening in the world. Like fake news propaganda, AI, the streamers going viral.
And that the
Uh
political parties purposely making fake videos to flood the airways with propaganda so people don't believe what the truth is.
yep, arresting political opponents who post mean things about the current leader. It like I said this before is
All
that
going into freedom camps.
yeah. I said this before where I had said it in our group chat is that the writers had said that they tried to edit things to make it so it isn't related to real world situations and it got to the point where he just couldn't because it was so relatable.
Well, I think what's funny is like you just said is the fact of like their plan wasn't to do that.
Yeah.
To be fair, their plan wasn't because they've been working on this for over a year, and I imagine even longer, to be honest with you. So it's not like it,
I had to guess that this has started being written at either during season 4 or just after it aired, so it's
I
been at
think what they
least 2
do is
years.
I think they wait until it's finished filming because then there's no more writer edits that need to be done. And so that way, while they're doing all the other edits and stuff like that, that the writers can then focus on season 5. So
Yeah.
whenever production was wrapped, that's when they start writing for season 5.
Okay, so I just looked it up. It said the writing for season 5 of The Boys started in either June or July of 2024.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right.
So a full year and a half, possibly plus, of this planning, and it just like happened
It's
to work
just
out that way.
no, and I agreed, and I think their point was like the idea is that I do get it. Like they are not trying to make a political stance. They're making a point of like
Well, they are.
Well, what I'm getting at is their goal was not to show what
So,
real
like they
world
plainly
is.
are.
Well, no, what I'm saying is they're not
Yeah.
trying to show what reality is right now. They're trying to show what would
Yeah.
happen in this universe, and then it just so happens to be very much parallel to what we deal with.
Absolutely crazy. Like it's
It's
wow.
scary in all the ways. In
What
every
happens
way.
in fiction, man? Like
And what happens in fiction is like, this is why I think certain people shouldn't be allowed subscriptions to things, because I think they watch things and go, I want to do that. And that's what terrifies me.
yeah, that's yeah. No, it
You know what I
is.
mean?
Some people some people shouldn't have full freedom.
As the boys have showed us, you need freedom camps. So, make sure you swallow. And speaking of swallowing, Rock Hard was incredible. What is the name of their team? What is the name of their team? Team Nix? Team Nix?
I actually don't know. Like I was too distracted by Rockhead.
No, he's literally called Rock Hard.
Oh, I thought it was Rockhead. My bad. I like that entire time when they were talking about how like
Kicks with a
teenage kicks
X instead of a CK.
Oh, that's such a Gen Z thing.
Now made with ice seeps juice and ginseng.
Yeah, you're definitely not made for sponsors. Yeah, that's definitely
No, I have to make another take, all right? And just don't ruin it, okay? Because if you do, I'm going to fly up there and drop you down.
I love that they had to redo those clips multiple times when the woman is just sitting there crying and the son just keeps coming running out like begging for mom to come back in, and it's like no, go back in, we need to redo this, we'll get it this time. Like wow, absolutely crazy. I thought
I thought what was cool is A-Train was also a part of that team as well.
Was he?
Yeah, remember when MM is getting drunk and he sees
yeah, the photos.
So he was never on the team while the boys existed, but that was where he was prior.
Yeah.
That's right. You ready for this? Among the team's early known members were A-Train, Translucent, Sister Sage, Mesmer, and Popclaw.
So a lot of people get their start there. That's pretty cool.
I thought that was very interesting, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're just, Countess Crow, She-Line, Rock Hard, Jetstream.
Yes. I the way that they were describing Rockhard, like I was actually expecting him to be the size of a mountain. So the fact that he's just like some little molten rock in the middle of a basement just for some reason threw me for a loop. Because he's as powerful as Homelander. He's caused multiple.
Well, no, that's not why they did it. It's because of his rock hard skin. If it can penetrate him, because his whole body's made out of rock, then they have a better chance of it working against Homelander. Is their thought.
No. I understand that, but they had hyped him up that it's like he is as strong as Homelander. He's caused multiple like destructions, and so like I was expecting him to be so much more than he was, and then when we saw him, obviously, I understand it, but just the way they hyped it up, like I said, I understand the whole penetrating his skin to be able to inject him with the poison. I get that,
Choose your words very carefully, especially what was happening in those scenes. You said penetrate his skin.
I know exactly what I said.
He made lots of lava.
He
Also,
tried to
what threw me,
penetrate multiple people in that room with his
which can
lava.
we also talk about too, the fact that I thought it was an eating thing for him, and he literally just splooged on himself a lot.
Yep, and didn't want to move to clean it up. Yep.
Yeah. So ready for this? Teenage Kicks is a parody of what?
Well, I don't know.
So it's a parody of all youth-oriented superhero teams, specifically Teen Titans, Young Justice, the Legion of Superheroes, Young Avengers, Runaways, and Runaways. Sorry, there's a combination of all of them. However,
Interesting.
in the show, it is more inspired by the social media influencer content houses. Is the parody now? Because in the comics, it was more of that. Where obviously in the show they decided to go with more of the social media influencer content, which really does work.
No, it does. It does. I was looking for a specific team, so the fact
I
that
don't
they
think there
combined
was.
it
I,
with
I
all of
think the
them.
idea was it was just a combination of all of them because you have Countess Crow, which would be from the Runaways. You have She-Line, which would be from either one actually. Rock Hard would be from Marvel specifically, and Jetstream would be from Young Justice.
Yeah. I mean, it's just another youth team, so I mean, obviously they all are, kind of copy each other in some sort of way.
No, they do, they do, they
Um,
do. And they're always like younger versions of already established heroes as well.
yeah,
Normally,
yeah, absolutely. Um,
there's always some exceptions, but for the most part, that's how it goes. But yeah, the internment camp was incredible. Um, Kimiko talking was hilarious.
oh my
I,
god, she got so annoying. Like, I'll be
but she was
honest,
meant to be. But she was meant
I
to be.
know. Because it's
I
like someone who hasn't talked in so many years, so like she's gonna be getting her voice, like talking as much as she can. And like the thing that got me is that that oh no, it was on the radio station that I listen to sometimes, and they're talking. It's like she said the one of the hosts stopped swearing, and so now anytime he like went years without swearing, so now anytime he swears, everyone just makes fun of him because it's like you don't do it right. So it's like when she's sitting there swearing, I'm like, you're doing it wrong. Stop.
My personal favorite was I love it when she gets to Starlight for the first time, and all of a sudden he goes, "You talk." He's like,
Yeah.
"It was an 18-hour flight, and you didn't say a peep." She goes, "Because all you say is oi 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 and the c word." And I just remember being like, "Wow, good for her," because that one felt real. That was the only one
Yeah.
that felt real. And then
Yeah.
after that, all the others felt like, "Ooh, do you know how to swear? Does
Yeah,
that help?"
it felt like you're just throwing it in there. Just throw it in there without in
Also,
the proper
lots of
place.
sex, lots of sex,
I
lots
was
of.
I know this show is very good about pushing boundaries, but I was not expecting
No, we were
that.
watching straight up porn. Let me tell you.
That was full on porn right there. Um, I honestly
Ah.
I was surprised that all we got were ass cheeks.
And then we got a volcano. So then it's a full wide and love sausage. Love sausage got choked out by his
Oh,
own sausage.
yeah, he did. That was, while he's getting choked out by his sausage, the sausage is just dangling and then just collapses. I was dying during that because it was just it was so funny.
Also, Mother's Milk is getting more powerful. Can we talk about that?
I mean, dude is a fighter. I mean,
And he's in an internment camp where he just beats people up for fun.
I like that he's throwing the fight until Frenchie
Frenchie
just
makes
gives him
the
the
bet.
nod, and he's like, "All right, this is over."
Also, can we talk about how he's not a germaphobe during the internment camp where he's drinking toilet water?
Oh yeah, that was kind of yeah. I made me a little sick on the inside, but
No,
got
but
to do what
remember
you got
how
to
he
do.
was like a germaphobe, like everyone had to be clean. So
Oh
we
yeah,
we start to see him go back to that a little bit in episode 2 when we see Countless Crow, where we see him have his little tremors and stuff like that. And because it's the idea is it's part of his anxiety and OCD. So for whatever the reason, in the internment camp, he just didn't care. So he was like, "F it." But now that he's in reality and he actually has to do things right, he's now starting to go back to it. And I feel like we're going to see him be more of what we were expecting from season one than we were in other seasons.
Yeah, possible. Yeah.
Also, that he saved Countless Crow or Countess Crow.
Yeah, I liked that. I mean, I figured obviously he was going to save her.
I did too, but I didn't know if he was going to be able to, and they were going to stop him, and she was still going to die, type of thing. That was
I
more
don't
of my
think
thing.
I don't think she was going to die. I like as soon as I saw like that,
The
as soon as
crows.
that was brutal.
I
But
mean,
as soon as
to be fair, she's already got a murder on her belt. So
yeah, as soon as she broke down crying about wanting to go back to her family, I'm like, no, he's making sure she's getting out.
yeah. She-Line is the only one that's still alive.
Well, I mean, Countess Crow is still
No,
alive,
she's
but
dead. All things considered, she's thought to be dead.
well, yes, but no, her getting choked out like saved her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I I like Sister Sage just obviously not toying with Homelander, but toying with him and going like, I just wanted to make sure that you didn't resurrect your father
Because
to
he's your father.
because he's your father, and actually like was using him as a pawn. And like, oh yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, so you're okay with him dying? Yep. But that doesn't mean it's gonna happen. And she's like,
Yeah, he's not gonna die.
No. It's definitely gonna happen. So when it happens, you're gonna be okay. And I'm not gonna have to pick up the pieces? No.
I thought it's actually the fact that like the way that they're playing it with him
Also,
getting
him
more
sniffing
alone.
the belt too.
Oh my god, yeah. But the fact that how well they're playing him getting more alone and more desperate and more in need of affection.
Need of attention, but good attention.
Yes, the attention he never got. And I just can't wait to see what next week is going to bring with a clear, now losing his dad, how he's going to snap. Huh?
He's not dead.
Oh, right. He rose. That's right. Oh, right.
He has risen again. Praise the Lord.
Well, I'm curious if Homelander is going to know this or
no. So I will say this: you're right that you still are right that thing could happen because he might not be aware of the fact that he's alive. However, the idea is he's not dead, which also means the virus won't be able to kill Homelander.
This is going to be a little bit trickier, and I'm not disagreeing with you, like because Homelander is technically stronger than Soldier Boy. The idea is that it won't be able to kill him, but Soldier Boy is also known to inhale those extra strong substances, which we saw in season 3, where it's supposed to like knock him out, and he's just like, "Oh, this shit is the good shit," or whatever. So, I'm curious if like that kind of stuff might affect
also
Homelander differently than him.
He's an H-bomb in him too, so that also could be a factor as well.
That's also true. Yeah.
But you get my point. The idea is the thought will be if he lives, then Homelander will most likely be able to survive. But what we don't know is the results of him having the virus. We see him sit up, but he could be significantly weak. He could be human.
That's true. Yeah, true. Now, also, obviously, because Butcher was playing mind games and not. And the funny thing is like it was playing mind games, but it was all 100% true. Is like Homelander was using you as a scapegoat because he didn't want to come out here because he knows he's going to die. So now instead of him dying, he sent you out to die. So now, obviously, Soldier Boy is now going to be hunting down Homelander again.
That would be the assumption, yes.
So I'm curious, like, what kind of breakdown that's going to have. And
oh no, that's going to break him like the little boy he is on the inside.
Oh no! It's going to break down Homelander, absolutely. But what I meant was like how much
it will break down the story. I got you.
Yeah. I cannot wait to. I can't wait to see Homelander's crash out because obviously he's losing it because he thinks his dad is dead. He thinks he's alone.
No, it's okay. He knew it was coming. He was prepared for it, just like he told Sister Sage.
Yeah, and now he's going to have to deal with the consequences of his dead dad coming back to then kill him. Again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm so looking forward to that crash out and seeing
Also,
who
can we
is
talk
going
about when
to
the president got
pay.
him the Manhattan Soldier Boy, and he's like, "Sir, do you want your milk?" And he's like, "No, no, I'm gonna have a Manhattan like my dad."
That was funny. Yeah.
That was so funny because the way Soldier Boy looked at him, just like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah. Um can we go over the unexpected Voldemort get up?
So
I did
my
not see that coming.
So what I was gonna say was I was expecting something weird with her head because we saw the mutation on her head
Yeah.
at the end. However, I was expecting it to look more like the leader
Yeah.
than what
Yeah.
we got. I'm not mad about it. It made sense. Don't get me wrong. It made sense. However, wow.
Like I said, I saw that and I was like, "Oh wow, they're like literally pulling a Harry Potter and doing a a Two Face."
Yeah, but the good
So
one's on the back.
yeah, um, I thought that was so cool,
Well, what was
and I
funny
like
is, you know what was funny? And because they foreshadowed it very heavily during the episode, because we hear
mm,
Ashley talk to herself. So I'm
yeah,
like, that's interesting because she's a telepath, but she wouldn't have her own thoughts be heard. So there's another like mind in there. That's interesting. How does that work? And then she removes the thing, and I went, oh.
I'm curious now. Like what I really want to be curious about is if she's actually hearing that voice in her head, or if the voice is talking out loud and like other people can hear it and they're just playing it off. You know.
No, I think they're smart enough that it's in her head.
I like
Because
think
I have a
so
feeling most
because
people
like
don't know that that head exists.
I think you might be right. But like like for example with Sister Sage, just like obviously because it's probably because she's smart enough to know what she's thinking and what her moves are going to be. But it's like anytime Ashley is going to say something, Sister Sage is like, "Oh, you're do this. I agree with
Also,
you,"
like
or
that she
shut
can't
it
read
down.
Sister Sage's mind.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious if it's because she's so smart or because she kind of or used to. I think she said that she doesn't do it anymore, where she lobotomizes
Well,
herself,
she
right?
claims she doesn't, which we have to assume that she's not lying to Homelander because you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
It's against the law, actually.
Yes. Um. Yeah. Very curious with with how everything is just gonna fall into place. Very curious about how it's going to
Also, her talking
go
about all
next.
the white billionaires just doing whatever she wants sexually was not what I was prepared for either.
Yeah.
And then a lot of name drops in these two episodes. The Obamas, Elon, Warren Buffett. There were a lot of names. Chaperone,
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator. There were a lot of well-known people mentioned in this season alone. This episode, not even the season, the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there was. I mean, it meant to make a point,
No,
and
no,
I
it
think they're
does. It does.
making a great point.
It makes because
Um.
I'm so used to when it comes to the politics of it all. But I guess you could talk about former presidents without a problem than you can with current presidents.
I mean, I think you can talk about anybody at any time. It's
No,
just
no,
our
no, no.
current
So the idea is you can't portray the living president, the active president, as the president in a show. You can talk about them as like this is going to sound very weird to say. Think of every show that you ever known,
Yeah.
right? They've never had the president be the actual president of who it was at the time while they were still in office.
Didn't you watch South Park?
That's a whole different story
Why is that a whole different story? That's
because
just
they are worth billions, but nobody else is. They're the only ones, but but look at all the backlash they get for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it doesn't work in their favor, but what I'm stating is
I
most
mean,
of the time,
but like it's. I don't think like because it's got there's South Park, there's Family Guy. I mean, obviously these.
Family Guy has never done it while they were in office. They talked about former presidents, so they waited until that president was no longer in office when they started making. So they made jokes about them in general, but They didn't show them on the screen until they were no longer president of the United States. Bill Clinton was only talked about as former President Bill Clinton.
Well, Bill Clinton was president before Family Guy came into existence.
Hmm. And they didn't
Um,
and they didn't talk about Obama until after he was no longer in office and Trump took over.
I mean, I don't remember obviously because I stopped watching Family Guy when I got like mid college, so I can't say I know. You know, I can't be like, oh yeah,
That's
definitely
fair.
or no. So you, I would have to take your word on that. Um, it's just the only one that I'm possibly is that it's like they were talking. I know that they have had some Trump episodes recently, and I just don't know when those aired. So, obviously, I know Simpsons is well known for like predicting things that are going to come into fruition. So, like that's out of the question. Um, but yeah, I mean, most shows don't exactly portray. They just make up their own leaders, anyways.
No, that's the
So,
whole
like,
point because the idea is they don't. Yes, that's kind of the point. So my whole thing is it was just interesting in general of all the name drops in general, just because I was very surprised by that. But overall, we could agree that we're very excited for the next episode to find out where it's going to go. But I think we're going to need to move on to your character spotlight.
you don't want to talk about like A Train's
Oh,
sacrifice of
that's
his
right. I
family
keep
and
forgetting that we didn't talk about that. No, that was in, that was an arc that I was not prepared for in the sense of to be done so quickly. And
yeah, no,
he broke Homelander in a way that nobody else could.
no, I because it's funny because it's like to Homelander, this is a guy that's so weak. He could
Hmm.
sense his body failing him, and he's not afraid of him. He has no power. He can't not hold a candle to him, and he's willing. Like it's the same thing with like Huey in the camp, where it's like now I see why. Uh, Now I see why people like you. It's because you actually have a spine. It's like Homelander bringing up like in season one how it's like you wouldn't do this in season like so all these years ago, and now you're brave enough, like gaining a little bit of respect. And
Hmm.
speaking of seeing Huey in the camp, like talk about how Homelander went all goo goo gaga over Butcher when he found out when he saw his own now new mutation. That
He's like, and
was
you did this all for me.
yeah.
That's real devotion. It's like, ugh. And again, it's all. I mean, granted, to be fair, it's always been about him in his head, but like very blatantly obvious now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everything revolves around him, and I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of does.
I mean, to
But
him, it does. You're right.
to certain people, it more so than others.
That is very fair.
um,
But no, his sacrifice was very sad. I was very depressed that we lost him. I felt like we lost him a little too early.
I was surprised with how quickly it happened, especially like like I said this during the Daredevil episode. I think it was a couple weeks ago, where it's like when side characters start getting like main character attention, it's like it's signaling their end. So it's like I should have picked up on it when he was going to see his brother about how they're constantly moving and he's proud of him and then you become a hero and whatnot. Like that should have been a pure like a straight signal that it's like, all right, your time is up.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I liked it. I liked these two episodes. Classic boys, shock factor right at the beginning, although this wasn't the shock factor that I'm used to seeing in this. So it was not as gory and twisted as I was expecting it to be, but still good. Uh like you said, I just can't wait for to see what the kind of backlash there will be and what kind of breakdown is going to happen.
I mean, agreed.
So yeah, I'll stop rambling because I know you want me to finish this up. So this week, continuing with the lanterns, who do you think I there?
Well, so I doubt you're going to do Sinestro because we do know Sinestro rather well. The only other people I could think of is potentially another Green Lantern, but I can't think of who we would have seen in the trailer or Star Sapphire.
So you're thinking either another lantern or
So I was
the.
thinking when I say the Lantern, I mean Green Lantern.
Yep.
However, I'm thinking that it would most likely make more sense that you would have a non-Green Lantern to talk about, but I could be wrong. So
So
what am I right on?
it was a non-Green Lantern.
Okay, well it's clearly not Star Sapphire because you would have said yes.
That is correct. Uh, this week I am talking about Larfleeze, otherwise
Good old
known as
Larfleeze,
otherwise known as Agent Orange. So the Orange Lanterns.
the only one.
Yep. So again, kind of surprising. He was introduced in January of 2008. A lot of lanterns are kind of new, and I did not realize that. So, his origin. Larfleeze is said to be over 7 billion years old. He was taken from his parents for reasons yet to be revealed and forced to work as a slave. His time as a slave deeply affected him, who at some point began to hear the material possessions in the society of people who he served, begging him to own them. Sometime much later, Larfleeze escaped and became a wanted criminal. He joined a small guild of thieves which stole a number of artifacts from the planet Maltus, including a mysterious box supposedly worth an entire star system to the right buyer. In retaliation, the Guardians of the Universe sent the Manhunters to pursue them. Those who escaped discovered a map belonging to the Guardian Krona that told of a treasure. The guild followed the map to the planet Okara, where they discovered a power battery containing the orange light of avarice. Feeling its power speak to them, the criminals fought amongst themselves for it. The Guardians offered the two surviving guild members, Larfeez and Turpa, a deal in exchange for the box. The Guardians would trade the orange light with two additional conditions. First, as long as the orange light remained within the Vega system, the Guardians would agree not to interfere with it. The second, for the safety of others, only one of the two thieves would be allowed to keep the orange light for themselves. Larfleeze explained that the Guardians were desperate to get the box back because it contained the fear entity Parallax. Agreeing to these terms, the two guild members fought to the death for the right to own the orange light, and Larfleeze was the victor. The controllers, seeking to obtain the orange light, attack an underground palace on Okara and came across the orange lantern power battery. As soon as they try to take it, the controllers are overcome and killed by Larfleeze's orange lanterns. Larfleeze is enraged at this perceived violation of the agreement he has with the Guardians, as he is unable to see the distinction between them and the controllers. The orange lantern Bloom later captures and seriously damages Stell. Stell is a Green Lantern, branding him with the symbol of the Orange Lantern Corps. When the Green Lanterns recover Stell and return him to Oa, a construct of Larfleeze appears from the brand and confronts the Guardians about the attempt to steal the orange battery. Although the Guardians point out that the controllers are the source of his anger, Larfleeze refuses to listen. He declares the treaty is null and void, and the Guardians will submit to his demands or face his wrath. In response, Scar destroys the projection and states that the Guardians do not negotiate with terrorists. The Guardians allow the Green Lanterns to enter the Vega system and attack Okar. Hal Jordan, a new recipient of a blue power ring created by Gantha and Saeed, is included in the assault team. Upon arriving on Okara, the Green Lanterns are attacked by Larfleeze's Orange Lantern constructs, and during the fight, Jordan is separated from the group and encounters Larfleeze, who manages to subdue his who Hal Jordan manages to subdue with his blue power ring. During the Blackest Night storyline, black power rings invade Larfleeze's chamber and reanimate the bodies of those who identities he had stolen to create his constructs. Larfleeze and Atrocitus are saved by Saint Walker, Hal Jordan, Carol Ferris, Indigo One, and Sinestro, who all recruit them to assist in destroying the Black Power battery. To secure Larfleeze's compliance, Saeed agrees to be his personal guardian if he cooperates. Larfleeze agrees and ultimately accompanies the group to Earth. Ganthet duplicates Larfleeze's ring to bolster the ranks of the Light Wielders against Necron's forces. The duplicate Orange Power Ring is able to choose someone to become a deputy Orange Lantern for a 24-hour period. Though Larfleeze protects against anyone else's wielding the orange light, the duplicate ring chooses Lex Luthor as its wearer.
Mm.
In the final issue of The Blackest Night, Luthor is stripped of his powers. As promised, Saeed becomes Larfleeze's personal guardian when he demands payment for participating in their plan. Larfleeze is shown to have taken during the brightest day, Larfleeze is shown to have taken up residence in a small upper Midwest town. He sends his orange lanterns into town to steal things for him. When Hal Jordan confronts him and tells him to leave the town alone, Larfleeze tells him that he will not need to ransack the town anymore because he has learned the legend of Santa Claus. Larfleeze intends to make lists of all things he wants and sends them to Santa Claus. Jordan reveals that he has come to Larfleeze to find out that he was able to trap the orange entity in his lantern so that they can trap other entities and collect them. Before Larfleeze can tell him, Hector Hammond arrives. All right. Hector Hammond is just a regular Green Lantern villain.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's a big pause there.
Yeah, I was trying to look for more details for him. After struggling with Larfleeze and Jordan for the battery, Hammond ends up swallowing the battery and is possessed by Ophidian, the Orange Lantern entity. Larfleeze is later taken to Zamaron by the Star Sapphires along with the other Green Lanterns. Larfleeze is present when Carol is named Queen of the Star Sapphires and states that he wants to be queen as well. While watching over Pointy, Larfleeze is shaken to discover that Pointy knows of his past through the Predator and discloses that Larfleeze is not his real name. Larfleeze almost kills Pointy to keep him from speaking his name before returning to Earth. When Krona's attack traps the 6 new Green Lanterns in the Book of Black, Hal Jordan is able to escape with their rings. Although he initially discouraged John Stewart from using the ring due to its psychological effects, Hal later uses the orange ring in conjunction with Sinestro's ring to hold off attacks from other brainwashed Green Lantern rings. That was very confusing. While trapped inside the Book of the Black, Larfleeze is forced to relive a childhood memory of slavery. He is later freed from the book by Kyle Rayner when the orange ring returns to him. Larfleeze is initially fearful of this, saying, "Keep it away." Once the ring is on his finger, however, his mindset is returned to normal. Finally, in the New 52 reboot, Kyle Rayner becomes a magnet to the other Lantern Corps rings, which forces him to face off with the second in command of the Lantern Corps. Kyle is approached by an orange ring, which is later revealed to be a disguised glomulus. When Kyle Rayner learns that he needs to master all aspects of the emotional spectrum to defeat the Third Army, he approaches Larfleeze for aid. Larfleeze only consents to give Kyle access to his power if Kyle can get past him in a fight and recharge from his own orange battery. Kyle manages to do so, while Larfleeze is occupied battling the Third Army. Larfleeze is later captured by Volthoom, who attempts to trap Larfleeze in various illusionary realities, granting him his greatest wish, which is including a world where Larfleeze never fell victim to the orange light. However, these illusions fail to the extent of the orange ring's influence on Larfleeze. So, powers and abilities. Larfleeze exclusively wields the orange light of avarice through using his orange power ring and battery. Some of his basic abilities are shared with other lanterns, like flight, aura projection, and the ability to create constructs made from light. Larfleeze is able to steal the identities of those he kills, creating orange apparitions of them. The orange light also has the power to absorb green light constructs and mythical energies, such as magics created by Green Lantern Torquemada. Conversely, it is depicted as being unable to absorb blue light or violet light constructs. Larfleeze's power is amplified by being in constant contact with his power battery, enabling him to maintain an entire core of constructs even when separated from it. My God. His control over his ring is so great that he was the only being able to retain control of his rings when a mysterious external force turned Kyle Rayner into a ring magnet that caused one ring from each core to abandon their wielder and travel to him. However, Larfleeze is burdened with insatiable hunger as a side effect of wielding the orange light, which can be nullified while in the presence of a blue lantern. And that is Larfleeze of the Orange Lanterns.
Okay, fair enough. So for next week, we're going to be talking about the latest two episodes of Maul, the latest episode of Invincible, the latest episode of Daredevil, and the latest episode of The Boys. So we have another jam-packed week, and it will be ending with a character spotlight from me, and obviously we'll talk about any trailers that pop up, but who knows, we might not have trailers, I don't know. But that is going to be for next week. So if you made it this far into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Scott and Mike signing out of the Black Eel Podcast. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.